Hello, hello, and welcome along to episode 33 of Soulforged. Today I have playing with me Jay.
Hey, I'm Jay. I'm playing Kai.
I have Josh.
I'm Josh. I will be playing Little Wiggs and his dragon companion Vero.
I have Alora.
Hi, I'm Alora. I'm playing Karina.
I have Jamal.
Hi guys, Jamal here with Galthak.
And for anyone that's curious, I also don't know why we've only got half of Michaela. I'm fixing it now. We have Michaela.
Whoa. Wow. Hello, I'm half of Michaela playing Winona.
I don't know what's happened, but your camera had just adjusted. It used to be like that, so I just moved it around. But we have the whole of you now, and that's what matters. When we last left off, prior to the last final moments, we had been subjected to a thunderous storm, despite a really cool cloud walking scenario. Or wind walking scenario, I think is what it's actually called, where we were making swift progress to the place we wanted to be, to the top mountain peak where the giant might hide. You started getting lightning blasted by a huge storm, and you had to take shelter in a cave. You entered into a cave, only to find out that it was already inhabited. Inhabited by two strange snakes that seemed to know the ability of casting spells and stood up on one end, which is really weird, and an unusual lightning beast with 10 legs, like a long snake, that tried to breathe lightning at you, but you battered the shit out of it before it did anything useful. And just when we thought it was all over and happy, the darkness spoke out to you in whispers asunder. And as it began to whisper to you, come into the darkness, let me feed. Come to the darkness, join us. Let me free. And I will give you power, eternal, it whispered. But no, we were determined we weren't having any of that. And then we started failing saving throws. And we were sort of not so sure whether we wanted any of that or not. And then we were kind of tempted, and then kind of not, at which point Karina was like, I've had enough of this! And blasted it away with some light and put us inside a rod of security where we took a short rest. And after... It was a short rest, Laura, wasn't it?
No, I thought it was a long.
Okay, for your long rest? Okay, great, yeah. Yeah, I didn't know how many hours you could spend in there. If you were able to take 8 hours, then of course you would take a long rest.
We could have stayed a week at least.
Right, so yes, a long rest was had. At the end of the long rest, however, when you returned to the area where first you entered, 4 of you, Winona, Luca, Galthak, and Karina, found yourself standing near the entrance of the cave, exactly where you expected to be, but before you was a barrier of darkness, impenetrable, swirling in front of your face, and Kai, you found yourself instead standing in the middle of this swirling darkness. As it swirled round you, you could hear whispers in your mind. But no longer did you understand these whispers. Instead, it was just a strange, almost continuous sound. And then breaking through that whisper is a sudden, sharp, cutting voice. I will give you one more chance. We can join together and you can be more than you already are. You can achieve more than you ever wanted to achieve before. Save your little, tiny, insignificant world. Or I can force my way out of here in the minds of your friends. And the darkness swirling around you begins to get closer and closer and closer. And it begins to speak to you in the natural Triton tongue, which I believe is Aquan, is that correct?
Yeah.
It believes to speak to you in your own home tongue. This is what's it going to be, Kylan Azarath. Will it be power that you can turn to your own ends and a quick freedom for me? Or will we decide which of your friends is to carry me out through no choice of their own? And I need a charisma save from you. As you see an image of Winona stepping through the darkness. And sort of, you can see her sort of writhing, her hands upon her head, her eyes black, like liquid black. What was your charisma saving throw?
27.
With a 27, you know that this is an illusion, but you still believe it is a demonstration of what they could potentially do.
Alright. If I agree with this, and it's only me, no one else is affected, correct?
Of course. Once I have joined with you momentarily, it will be near painless for you. And after a while, we can go our separate ways, unless, of course, we find our relationship mutually beneficial. Don't worry, I'll leave plenty of your mind for you.
Right. And you're just gonna be traveling along in my head, correct? No controlling
Sometimes
my
in-
thought.
Sometimes inside your mind, but mostly outside of it, observing the world around you. Don't worry. There's only so much interest your skull can contain. I don't control anyone's thoughts. That is not my purpose, nor my plan. Give me an insight check.
21.
You sense a very the ring of truth, if you like, when he says, "I don't control anyone's thoughts," and when he says that is not my purpose, and he's definitely speaking the truth. But then he says that is not my plan. You're a little unsure on that one.
And if I may be so bold to ask, what would your plan entail?
To grow bigger, to grow stronger, to roam free, to learn, to become more than I already am. And that rings purely with truth. You think that maybe if he was to become more powerful, controlling minds could be something he could do. And that's sort of, just as you're beginning to debate that thought, that sort of whisper follows up. Or you could have that power for yourself, of course. You don't strike me as a greedy person. Power-hungry, arrogant. But you could turn it to good ends. Saving others, that is your calling, is it not? It can be our calling. And with that, you sort of feel a build-up of power sort of available to you, like a well of magic that you didn't have before. And you sort of get the impression that you'll be given a taste of what this might be like. A ball of energy that you could turn to your own will. Perhaps even redirect at others. It's time to choose. And once again, this sort of image comes through the darkness. You know it's an illusion, but it's still. When you see Luca sort of fall to his knees and scratch at his own face with black teardrops running out his eyes as the liquid black sort of spills out of them, and he's sort of screaming this silent scream, it's hard not to notice.
Yeah, I would imagine it's Arnold. Alright. We'll have a deal then.
Join with me. And at first, it's like a warm, sensual kiss. And then it grabs you, your whole body freezes up, and you can feel this sort of insidious tendrils entering into it. It goes through your nose, your eyes, your ears, your mouth. Your skin goes sort of rigid and taut with tension. But you feel this sort of boom, 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 as if it's a second heartbeat, as it races through your blood, through your mind. For 1 second, your thoughts are not your own, and you picture a bright sun in the sky, darkness reaching out towards it. And then your thoughts are yours, and you feel that you have a little bit of power with which to do as you wish. And you hear Lalok's voice very quietly say to you, some powers you can choose for yourself. First of all, you must take the Minor Pact feature, please.
Ooh.
This will grant you Eldritch Blast. You may not choose the cantrip. It will grant you Eldritch Blast, and you may choose 2 invocations, whichever you wish. I don't think you can choose ones that are dependent on having Eldritch Blast, but you will be granted Agonizing Blast on top.
Okay.
That's a good blast.
Eldritch Blast.
So, You may choose whichever Eldritch Invocations you wish, and on top of that be given the +5, I think it is, to damage on... Or might even be +6 on you, actually.
Yeah.
Well, good old Karina's festival dance, or whatever it was. How did you get that? The tiara, it was Karina, right?
Yeah, it was from Karina. And then I won the other thing that gave her the intelligence boost.
Oh yeah, I'd forgotten about that. But I'm afraid to go with power comes price. You are sharing a mind, of course, with a being of pure darkness. You will gain 2 wisdom, increasing your wisdom beyond 20. You may take the Larlock's minor possession to achieve this. Unfortunately, you randomly hear the thoughts of others nearby. Once per day, you can consume those thoughts to regain a spell slot of up to 7th level. But when you do so, you roll on the long-term madness table. If you roll below a 10, you must also roll on the indefinite madness table. That'll be fun. When you roll a natural 1 on a saving throw, you can also choose to succeed, but once again, we'll roll on the madness table. Power has a price.
Okay.
It might strike you that you could potentially... Yeah, you could potentially just take the benefits and not ride with the costs, but you can assume that occasionally Larlock might butt in and give his opinion. Right. He can be quite annoying. And you hear this sort of very quiet whisper. It's almost in your ear and almost next to your ear, as if somebody's just perched just inside your left ear. You can drop that darkness now. And you do sense that it is up to you if you wish to let that swirling darkness drop or not. As if you're concentrating on a spell.
Yeah, I'll allow it to drop.
And as you do so, the rest of you, as you turn to Kai. At first, it's just Kai, exactly as you'd expect. And then as he walks towards you, there's this slight shadow just behind him, walking as if drifting with him. A small cloud of darkness, if you like, embracing the nimbus of his light. And as he looks at you, you could swear for one moment that his eyes are the purest black before they return to their normal colour.
I will, immediately seeing this, fire an arrow at his shadow.
Mm-hmm.
His shadow behind.
Roll to hit. Let's see whether you can make sure, because this shadow is only an inch or so of nimbus around him. That's going to be a difficult shot to make.
Should I sharpshoot it?
Probably not.
Yes.
That's a 22.
Yeah. As this sort of arrow fires out towards the shadow, it just grazes the top of Kai's shoulder and goes through the shadow and disappears. You see no sign of where it went or what happened to it.
Just on the off chance. Oh, that's huge damage! 29, 12 of it.
Is that without a sharpshooter?
And a 6. Yeah, that's huge
Nice.
damage.
Yep.
Can I save that damage?
No. You hear a crack of thunder at the back of the room, and Kai will hear in their mind, some of your friends are less wise than others. They don't know the extent of your power yet, but they will. And I am going to ask Karina, what was your first thought as you saw Kai's black eyes in the shadow behind them?
I think I will immediately say out loud, what did you do?
And is that what is in your mind as well? Or is there any thought beyond that in your mind?
Oh God, we're all gonna die?
And as you hear that sort of Karina go, oh God, we're all going to die. What did you do? Lilac just says, delicious. Yeah, Kai, you can control yourself. There is no mind controlling as far as you can see, but you do catch random snippets of the thoughts of any friends not wearing a ring of mind shielding or anything else like that
Like
that protect their
the
thoughts.
spirit's like 5 seconds away from being like, you'll see, you'll all see.
This makes it so much more funnier since my last feat I took was telepathy.
Yeah.
Oh,
So now you're randomly detecting thoughts as well.
Oh my gosh. Yes, that was actually the question. I did what I needed to protect all of you.
Winona, I need a charisma save.
That's not technically an answer.
A charisma save.
Yeah, I suppose
I
it's
didn't
technically an
even
answer.
do
But that's
anything.
not. That's not actually an
Advantage.
answer.
Oh, advantage.
Why?
Intellect Fortress.
Oh yeah, forgot about
16.
that. 16 doesn't succeed, does it? Winona just sort of turns back to the, like, walks in front of the group and then turns back towards them. And a very un-Winona voice just says, "It could have been me." And then returns to complete normalism, and Lilac sort of, "Just a demonstration, apologies, in your mind."
Alright, it's fine. Please refrain, though.
Kai,
Yikes.
what did you do?
Like I said, I made the decision, and it was to ensure that none of you would have to take on a burden forcefully.
So, whatever that thing is now inside of you.
Yes.
That's
Right.
not fucking good, is it?
I don't put my bow away.
And I'll do me a solid, yeah? Tell that fucker this head's closed for business.
As it is, this Lilac will say very quietly into your mind, Kai, "Tell your friend his mind was of no interest."
I thought he was gonna say tell him his mind's already in mush.
No, Galthak's not that stupid, but it wasn't of interest.
Go back and...
It didn't pay a huge amount of attention to Luca either, if you remember.
That's
Yeah.
Thank God.
Well, some of you may not have had much of worry.
So
How
what
polite!
what exactly happens now? We leave this cave and you unleash this possible evil onto the world?
Well, remains to be seen.
I feel like you're being
Exactly.
very, very nonchalant about this.
Just a reminder to those of you whose tokens display like a quarter HP, please take a long rest. Yes, if Galthak walks out like that, he's going to die.
I stayed up all night playing
Sorry to interrupt Sorry to interrupt the question.
Well, it's easy to be nonchalant when I have no temptation to power.
Really? Because you kind of just went for it.
I really didn't.
Yeah, I don't remember a discussion about what you was doing.
If you remember, Kai wasn't available to talk to you. He was captured in
No,
darkness.
but I mean,
Also-
also out of character, he also did try, but in character we don't know that.
No?
Well, also for us, the whole time leading up to this, I was very like, let's leave, please.
That's why we did leave, kind of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We try.
Like, I was all about like, let's get out of here. I don't want to be here.
To give you guys a minor insight into what would have happened, just because you won't ever find out, if Kai had have refused, you all would have got the minor possession, but it would have forced you to take the benefits. So you would have been constantly rolling on the madness table until he left you. It could have been great fun. Yes.
Yeah.
Out of character, thank you, Kai. In character, blame the shit out of him.
Karina is very angry.
Good!
There was no way out of it.
You might have all succeeded on your throws. Who will ever know? Intellect Fortress might have saved your ass, although looking at Winona's roll, it wouldn't have saved her.
It wouldn't have saved me either.
No? Okay, well there we go then. Yeah, but if you're long rested, the blackness has receded. You don't see. You only saw that shadow as Kai walked towards you. After a moment or so, the blackness left their eyes and left their shadow, and it's just Kai, just friendly old lovable Kai.
Hi.
Yes.
It's just Kai.
Just our friendly
Good old
neighborhood
pal.
Kai.
Is it still storming out?
No. No, you've had your long rest. The storm is long past. Actually, just clarify that. Laura, does time pass the same in and out?
I do believe so.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. Then yes, the storm is over. Don't dream it's over. It is 4:30 in the morning.
Alright.
Should we look into where this creature was hiding?
Oh shit! Sorry. When you guys look behind Kai and back of the room, you can see the edges of the cave, as if there was no darkness there at all. All of that darkness has completely disappeared inside Kai.
Unbelievable.
Yummy.
I like
That's,
cavern.
yeah, that's no bueno.
Well, that's disappointing.
There's no sign of any loot.
There goes our spelunking mission.
Oh no, there goes us getting sidetracked.
Are you ready to proceed out of the cave?
If we're leaving, then I would like to make sure that I leave after Kai, and I will not be putting my bow away.
I have marched out ahead.
Why? Why are you acting like this, Luca? I'm such a friendly face.
Tell that to
Disguise self as Luca.
Tell that to the bad voodoo.
Yeah, tell that to the inky blackness that is your eyes. And if
I'm
his
now just
eyes
imagining
are-
this conversation that's been happening. Just has Katrikan and the goats off to the side, just head turning one to the other, just looking back and forth.
No. Katrigan's been like at the edge of the cave. She's missed like 90% of the conversation. She has no idea what's going on. She didn't hear any of the whispers from the darkness. She randomly got taken into a cool place where everybody was happy and we're on the beach. And then the Jeppers were like, hey, well, we're in the water. Seawater tastes like salt. And then they were back again. They were so confused. They had no idea about any of the darkness. And then they just wanted to go outside. And she's been trying to restrain them. So yeah, no concept of what's gone on. But don't worry. If somebody's mind's going to get eaten, we'll eat the Jeppers first.
I'm so glad
Good
she's
call.
with us.
She's really useful in this journey.
I don't know, she could have been possessed instead.
Oh yes, that would have been so useful. Are you ready to step
It
out?
would have been well useful if I ate.
Okay. Stepping out, Luca last, of course. As you get outside,
Luca.
it is a sharp wind, but nothing more. And as you get outside here, Jamal, you probably haven't seen this yet. This is
Yeah,
the
oh
cave
my
you
God.
entered. This is the cave you entered. It is a carving of a giant's face. It isn't real. That is paint. You sheltered in here from the storm. There's now this
That's
sort
our
of
warning.
howling, blizzardy gale, but nothing else going on. And you hear in your mind as you step outside, Kai, freedom. And these sort of, you feel like a desire to look up. It doesn't try and control you. It doesn't take your control. But as you look up, you just hear Lalek's voice. Millennia since I have set sight on the sun. A disappointment. And as you all step out, you do hear sort of is still that horn ringing across the lands.
Still.
8 hours.
I was hoping they'd got bored.
Non-stop.
They're not giving... Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Whether it's somebody's blowing that horn or whether it's some other sort of effect, it is still going. And you are halfway across the mountains. If you remember, I will just bring us back to our... is it this map? I think it's this map, right? Yes. So you are currently headed to this peak here. And you have stopped sort of way down here, bottom right, on your way up to take shelter from the storm. And now in front of you is this long, sort of constant, slight slope leading upwards with snow drifting down it and wind. And up ahead of you a little way, you do see what appears to be an icy lake of sorts. Not that far away, and in fact, I believe if I put you on this map here, you will be able to see it. Is that correct? Can you all see? Is anybody in the void, as McKenna would call it?
Yeah.
I can see it.
Not today.
Cool. So yeah, you see this sort of shiny ice blue area, and before you've seen like when you've looked in, there have been things, but it's a frozen lake ahead of you, and the scree of the sort of light powdery snow is blowing down into your face, making it difficult to see.
I'm going to use my one charge a day to cast Windwalk on all of us.
Okay.
Time to cloud up.
Yes. Smiling clouds again.
Yeah, and as you do so, give me a perception check, Luca and Kai and Galthak.
22.
That'll do.
18.
I'll go 23.
As you look through the mists, you do see giants attempting to move as stealthily as possible through the snow, sort of coming down towards you. Obviously, you're now empowered by this snowmobile cloud system thing. So if you did want to just float off, you could. But you do see these creatures sort of advancing towards you.
Yeah, I
Very
think with
slowly
the storm going on,
steadily.
and the mist and everything, we could probably just blend in.
You do get the impression that because they are looking downhill and past the snow, they can see you. You know they've seen you. They're literally moving towards you. But you can't attack a cloud.
You sure can't, especially one that's flying at 300 feet
So it is.
second.
Wow, that's fast.
Do you say anything? Or do you just sort of like...
No, I'm a cloud.
Oh,
do you
you-
mean like verbal component?
Well, no, I'm saying like, are you telling everybody else, let's fly onwards and past them? Or are you just going, be cloud, and then you turn into a cloud?
I literally, I take the sword out, and I just go, you know when like, you know if you swish a sword,
Oh,
you
hold
can
on.
hear the swishing?
Josh, I'm sorry. Can you have a look at the sword for me? What does it do?
It is a magical scimitar.
Just
It's
ping
a
it.
gift from...
Because I'm assuming it says once per day you can cast Windwall, correct?
Nope, it says until the next dawn, and we have hit the next...
You have not. It is 4:30 in the morning. I've just realised that.
Fine, but 2 hours
When the
short.
sun rises in about an hour, you should be fine to Windwalk. But right now, these giants are moving towards you, and you really do not have a Windwalker.
Oh, goodness.
Well, looks like we got trouble once again.
I'm gonna fire a preemptive arrow at this guy.
Okay, and with that, bear with me. I will pull it up, and we will roll
Nice.
initiative. I just need to check that I've got the right one up. That's the one. If you'd like to roll initiative, please. God, Jesus. That is the polar opposite of good.
Ugh.
I rolled a 22 and a 1. How does that even work?
Nice.
That's not correct. Sorry, hold on. That's not correct at all. Well, I mean, I don't think it makes any difference, but that 1 is a 3. I don't know why it hasn't given them their initiative bonus. But yeah, nat 20 and nat 1. Luca! You see these creatures advancing. You may fire off your preparatory shot first and then take your turn. Your preparatory shot may only be an attack. You may not add a bonus action or anything like that to it.
Okay, can I make it a sharpshooter?
You can always make it a sharpshooter. That is totally up to you. Bear with me a second. I've got to move us to roll 20. Da, 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 da. And out one, and do the thing, and do the other thing. Ugh, this is so annoying. Okay, sorry, which one are you shooting at?
This guy.
Bottom right, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
His nickname is E. Yes. That most definitely. How fucking far are you shooting from? Oh, I suppose you're a ranger, aren't you? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I got 150.
You've got 600 range. You don't get disadvantage with sharpshooter. You've got 600 range. Yeah.
Damn.
Or 500 or whatever the second number is.
And that's I don't know if you need me to split the thunder and lightning.
I
but
do
that's
indeed need you to
30
split the lightning
Oh.
damage, please.
So that's 24 piercing,
Mhm.
2 lightning, 6 thunder.
Okay, the thunder is fine, but as the lightning hits him, you see him sort of raise his hand and a crackle of lightning occurs round his hand. He seems to have absorbed your lightning. Give me a nature check.
I'd love to. That's an 18.
Yeah, you've seen these creatures before. They're definitely frost giants, but the ability that's just been manifested is usually innate to cloud giants. Perhaps they have some sort of ancestry, or perhaps they're using some sort of giant magic. You're not sure, but he has absorbed your lightning and is ready to do something with it. It is now your turn, if you'd like to go ahead.
Yes, so my first shot will be
Oh.
the same guy.
Where's the music?
Don't know. Oh,
Is
well.
that better?
I can hear ambience.
Yeah, no, I know that, but
Yep.
you should be able to hear.
There's no
Yep,
turn
okay, there we
order, so
Well, I can hear the music.
thank you.
Now you've got all the things. Yep, the music started now. I don't know why it didn't start the first time. Cool. Sorry, Luca, your turn.
Yeah, so I'm going to do my first shot at the same guy.
Yep.
Yep. Ooh, that's 11 to hit.
Nope.
Which is awful. And then that's a 24 to hit.
Yep, and as your strike hits him, he just shouts out in giant, "May your mead be warm!"
Ugh.
So that
Winota's
would
devastated.
be-
Doesn't even speak giant. Just felt the meaning.
The vibes were so bad.
Sorry, Josh. It is 31 damage and 2 lightning, correct?
Yes. Yes,
Mhm.
it is. So that's that. And then bonus action.
Oh, you don't have a second attack?
I've done the first one failed.
Oh, yes, of course you did. Sorry. Thank you.
Okay. So
Ready.
and then it's 50. Perfect. So that's within range. So my bonus action Vero will fire off an ember at the same
Okay.
guy. Yep.
He's still fire mode,
That's,
right?
Yes. It says 17 to hit.
That'll miss, I'm afraid.
Oh, that's fine. And that
You
will
do
be
notice that
my
these
turn.
these giants, they're frost giants, are wearing some sort of armor. Most of it looks like sort of rugged leather and hide, but you do see metal strapping within it from this distance, so it's difficult to make out any more than that. Does that conclude your turn? It does. Lovely. Okay. Sprinting down the home straight, we've got A for Alduin. I don't know. He's probably not called Alduin, let's be real. Let me just measure that distance. I think I've done that right. Yeah, there we go, 60 feet. At first he takes this sort of huge rock and he just launches it at Galthak. That is a 27 to hit you, Galthak.
Yeah, okay, that's...
Cool. Go ahead and take 22 bludgeoning damage. And then you see him sort of raise his hand, and appearing in it is a javelin of pure lightning. He sort of throws it at you. I'm going to roll the same to hit, but it's completely different damage. And this is going... I don't know why I'm rolling to hit. I need a dex save from Galthak, Winona, and Karina. Sorry. Oh, okay, Luca is on the map. There we go. Dex save from the three of you, please. Galthak, you can see this coming. It is a big fucking lightning bolt.
Yep, it's 22.
27.
Okay. If you got below a 16, you will take 14 lightning damage. If you got a 16 or above, you will take 7.
I'll use my shield master thing to make that 0.
Using a reaction for that? Yes? That is a reaction, correct?
Yeah, I think it is a reaction, yeah.
It wasn't really a question. Okay. I was sort of you are using your reaction for that. And I think you will note that they are very careful to step around the lake. Make of that what you will. And then this guy is going to lob a rocket. Are you within 60 feet? No, you are not. This guy is going to lob a rocket.
Roverlock.
All belong.
Lob a rocket you at disadvantage, Luca. Giving it a 16 to hit.
That will miss.
Okay. And then he is going to take something off of his belt, and as he flings it, the disc sort of spins outwards. And you are enshrouded in a fog cloud, the group of you. In this area, you are heavily obscured, e.g. blind. Can you guys see that clearly if I put it underneath you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So it's not hitting Luca, but it's hitting the rest of you, and that concludes his turn. Karina, as you start your turn in the fog, give me an Arcana check, please.
21.
Okay, you notice this fog around you, whilst seemingly summoned out of nowhere, does not appear to be magical in any way. From that you can surmise that A, he's not concentrating on it, and B, it cannot be dispelled.
Okay. Going to move past Katrikan
Okay.
out to here.
Yeah, as you were moving towards her, she's like, the fog ends at my side! And you're able to sort of walk past her and then like walk along the line of Jeppers. Yeah.
And I will ask for a wisdom save from this guy.
Oh, he's fantastic at those. Are you ready?
I hope so.
Wah! It's a 22!
Damn.
He has a wise
You know
giant.
what? You're just the worst.
Do you want me to re-roll? With disadvantage or
Yeah.
something? Yeah, why not?
Do
Is
I
that...
want to?
I don't know, it's totally up to you. I don't give a shit what you do.
Yeah, go ahead and do it. Disadvantage, just because.
You know what? You're the worst. Roll a 7. He did.
Alright. He's a sloth.
He's a sloth!
Oh.
I don't have a sloth asset! Is that a polymorph, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, right. You didn't just cast slow and describe it vividly.
No.
Alright,
No,
well,
he's a sloth.
we know he's a sloth, but what he's going to be for now is... Yeah, that'll do. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger just so we can see it. There it is. Okay.
I will take the rest of my movement, but I'll figure out how much. Or is this?
Yep, that's where the fog ends. 25 feet. So you got 5 feet more. Galthak, you find yourself starting inside a mist that is unnatural to you, as it's just been summoned out of nowhere. You know which direction your enemies are in, though, so if you wish to charge, I'm sure you may do so.
No, I won't be doing that.
Okay.
I'm gonna rage,
Okay.
because that's definitely smart on to do.
Mm-hmm.
I will step forward up to
Yeah,
the other side.
that's what I meant. You know which direction your enemies are, so you can move towards them. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, bonus action, I'll be raging. Just check that off real quick. And for the time being, I'll just throw 2 javelins at this one here.
Okay. They're just regular old javelins.
Yeah, the other option would be throwing my lightning runes, but that last time we tried throwing lightning, that didn't work too well, so no.
Okay, yeah, I'm just... Did you have, like, a regular javelin? It's not magical in any way?
Yeah, just a regular javelin.
Okay, cool. Go ahead, watch it.
First one, that's only a 13.
That misses.
Yeah.
Also, at this range, are you at disadvantage?
Yes.
Okay.
And second one.
Oh, I see. You did roll at
That
disadvantage.
one is a 26, though.
Wow, that's a big number. Yeah. As your javelin strikes his armor, you do notice it won't do the full damage. He is resistant to non-magical weapons, but he will take some damage. So go ahead and roll that for me. Obviously, you do not get rage damage on a javelin.
That's
13.
10.
10, yes, sorry. Yep, so 10, half to 5. Okay, does that complete your turn?
Yep. That'll be me for now, yeah.
Okay, Kai. As you are in this mist, you know, as like Karina, that it sort of came out of nowhere. But it does appear to be natural mist.
Okay. Cool.
You also know which direction your enemies are in, and know that Katrikan exited to your north. So,
Right. Okay.
also, just out of curiosity, have you chosen your Eldritch Invocations yet?
Yeah.
What did you choose?
So I...
Because I know it's not Devil's Sight.
No. I was fully serious when I turned into Luca because I took Mask of Many Faces.
Ah, I thought it was an ability you already had. Okay, so Mask of Many Faces is pretty cool. That gives you the ability to cast Disguise Self on self at will.
At will. Yeah.
Sick.
And then I also took Eyes of the Runekeeper because I figured it sort of played into, since I could already speak to everyone and understand everyone, might as well be able to understand everything I could read.
Yeah, fantastic. Love that. A study of many tongues. Lilac will be delighted with your second choice. The ability to learn from any source is something that he is very appreciative of. So yeah, obviously an ability he has. Cool. Sorry, Kai. You can actually have a turn now, Kai. I was just curious.
No, it's all good. I figured I would win brownie points if I did that.
Yep.
Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna move up to the north so I can also like get off the fog and see. That one's really close.
Well, that is quite a long way, isn't it?
100, that's 95. But you know what? That's fine because I've just been given a gift.
Ooh, straight away in front of your friends? Beautiful, I love that.
No, it's fine. I'm using the cloud as cover from one in particular.
Yes, you're right. Lucre and Winona do not notice.
Yeah.
Well, they will see this mysterious beam appear.
Yeah, as I will sort of getting used to it, I will gather like the sort of 3 balls of this dark, pitch black, shadowy energy, and all 3 will streak against that giant as I do Eldritch Blast.
That's the top giant, is it? This one?
No, this one.
Sorry, I'm not seeing a... Oh, yep, got it. Your ping is really pale blue. It's the same colour as the ice it's playing Disguise games. Yeah, go ahead.
Alright. Cool. First blast. 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
And then a 28 to hit. And then a... Come on, let me pick it. And then natural.
Okay. Yeah, as you sort of do, Lilac sort of revel in the power. Go ahead and give us some damage.
Oh, that totals to 22 force damage.
Nice. Any bonus action out of you?
Yes, as like these 2 blasts impact the giant, I will call out, Luca, I've softened them up, given them a bardic inspiration, and I will also be expending one of the charges from the orb, so his next attack will be at advantage.
Okay, Luca, if you wish to use your reaction, you may attack at advantage.
Yes.
I was just ready to go, no. No, I don't want to do
I
that.
am not inspired by this.
Don't command me, darkness!
I already have one character like that. I don't need a second.
Oh, dear. You don't anymore.
That's 20. What?
So I was saying you don't have Raziel anymore. Oh, you weren't referring to
Talking
Raziel?
about Sullivan.
I was yeah. Why
Oh,
would I
okay.
be referring to Raziel?
In not acting. Not taking an action, is what I meant.
No, I was making a reference to
I
someone who's
see.
like Urg against Dark, like.
Oh, yeah, who judges glaciers for being evil. Yeah, well, that's perfectly fair,
Yeah.
really, isn't it? Okay, misunderstood. Anyway, go ahead, take a shot. You shooting this guy?
The same guy, yeah.
Okay, go ahead. 27 will hit.
Cool. And that is 26 piercing, 3 thunder, and 5 lightning.
Yep.
Good.
Does that conclude your turn? Nice.
Yeah.
Winona, as with all the others, you know that Kai and Karina exited to the north, so you know there is an exit in that way. You're able to follow the train of Jeppers if you wish. Alternatively, you know Galthak left to your right.
Yeah. Well, first, is this area like a incline or is it like flat?
There is a little bit of a hill sort of up here, like this little bit of glacier, like has some sort of like streaking waterfalls down into that ice. But this area all the way up here is very slight incline forwards. So they've got the high ground, if you like, but it's not much. Whereas this area here is like an actual like sort of cliff edge bit.
Okay, I've seen now. Alrighty then. Yeah, I'm going to just go out, I think, the same way as Galthak, like straight ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So... I might have to dash. Nope, perfect. I will then, yeah, take 2 shots at that guy's sharpshooter.
Okay.
So...
As you fling your first psychic dagger, roll to hit.
Yeah. That's an 18.
An 18 will miss, I'm afraid.
OMG. I'll try again.
Sorry.
Okay, that's,
You know a microwave won't fit through a letterbox, right? Yes. 22 hits.
nice. Oh, I don't think I have any kind of sneak attack on this.
You do not
No,
have any
there's no
sneak attack at all.
chance.
No.
So, yeah, 7.
7 psychic damage. He doesn't like that, but only because it's not very nice of you.
Yeah.
Does that conclude your turn?
Alright. Well,
Oh, have I been damaging the wrong guy? Oh,
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
I did my action, bonus action. Yeah, that's it for now. I'm gonna see what these guys do.
okay. This target is wounded.
Is that
Um, This guy moved from like down here, right? He's taken a
Yeah.
turn. Yeah? This guy took a turn from down here. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right, that leads us to this guy who is going to step across. And once again, he is going to launch a rock, but this one is going to be at Kai. Are you within 60 feet? Oh, beautiful. That's what we like to see.
Oh, no.
Whoop. That's a 27 to hit you.
Yeah.
Thought it might. That's 29 bludgeoning damage. And then he raises his hands to the sky. And a pillar of ice just sort of like crashes down in a line. It is like a tidal wave, but it is ice. And the line is like this. No, I can't do that. It's just going to be Winona and Luca. I need a dexterity saving throw, please. It's pretty pathetic damage. Oh, I actually rolled really well.
It's only a
That's
13.
25.
Okay. Winona, you are knocked prone and will take 18 cold damage. Luca, you will take half of the damage and are knocked prone, so 9 cold. Alright, music, you're going a bit ham. We'll have a...
Not ham enough, I say.
We'll have something a little less nutty. Moving across is this guy here. And he just stands there and you see him sort of gesture to the sky and nothing happens. That's the end of his turn. That brings us to our last friend back here, who is going to step over here. And seeing Vero in the sky, is going to launch a rock up at him. That's an nat 1. And then he sort of like puts his arms up towards you, and Winona and Galthak, a chilled, icy wind starts to blow at you. Your movement speed is slowed. Halved, in fact. No save. Luca, you are up.
Okay. I'm gonna move here.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. So I'm gonna fire off my first shot at this guy because that's who
Okay, yeah, he's wounded.
so far. Yeah. That's a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
That is 26 piercing,
Okay.
6 thunder, and 3 lightning.
Yep.
And Vero will use his reaction to add.
Once again, he
6
captures the lightning damage and he's holding it, his hands quivering.
Sure, that'll add a 6 fire damage.
Okay, the creature is severely wounded.
And then I'll use my bonus action for Vero to fire off an ember at him.
Okay.
That's a dirty 20,
Double hit.
and that is 12 fire damage.
Okay.
Oh man, I was hoping that would kill him. Okay, fine. I'll use my last arrow.
Oh, wait.
on that
You know
guy.
what? I forgot. I did 10 more damage on that guy also. Is he dead from my sharpshooter?
No.
Oh
Okay.
man.
I forgot I didn't add it
Anyone
earlier.
else have anything to add?
I mean, you did like everything you had into him for an entire round, and he's still only severely wounded, right? So, severely wounded
the
does not mean
guy
on the cusp of
who's-
death.
Who's the guy who's channeling something? Is that
This guy raised his hands to the sky, and nothing happened.
wait, ping
He
him?
casts future
Middle.
Okay, okay. Okay,
Synchronized pings.
I'll fire off at the same guy.
The severely wounded guy.
Yeah, oh,
Okay.
so close. That's
28 will hit.
28. That's not great. That's 25 piercing, 1 thunder, 1 lightning.
Okay. As he dies, sort of the lightning in his hand sort of fizzles up into the sky, and you see this guy reach out and sort of grab it.
Wow.
Which guy?
The bottom guy grabs the lightning that this guy was channeling as that guy falls dead upon the ground.
No one likes a show off. I'm gonna have Zero fly 40 feet further up,
Okay.
just so he's a bit more
Yep.
out of reach for people.
Does that conclude your turn?
And that does conclude my turn.
Okay. The sloth moves 5 feet. Karina, it's your turn.
How nice.
I'm going to grab a star off of my robe,
Okay.
and I will cast magic missile on this guy,
Okay.
and I will just. Is that how that works? I told it to cast at this level, and it did that. So.
That's a total of 4 damage, yeah?
No.
You can roll 5d4 plus 5 if it's easier for you. But obviously you want him to make 5 concentration checks. I will tell you he's not concentrating. 4, 9, 11...
It does 3
8.
plus 4.
Oh, 7, yeah, 7, sorry, 5th level,
7
yeah,
total,
7.
yeah.
So far I've got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more. I'm going...
25.
Yeah. Okay.
And I will move a little further away from
Okay.
the group.
Galthak, you will hear him shout out that he hopes her next stew is cold. But Karina, does that conclude your turn?
Yes.
Okay, Galthak, a reminder your movement speed is halved. It is your turn.
By magical effect?
He raised his hands at you and some chilled, icy wind blew at you.
Because the wording on Ring of Free Action, magic can neither reduce my speed or cause me to be paralyzed or restrained.
You have a ring of free action? I didn't realise that. Okay, it doesn't affect you.
Yeah. Right, okay, good. I just wanted to check on that.
So it's just Winona whose speed is halved.
Right. So in that case, who am I more worried about at the minute? Top guy or bottom guy?
This guy raised his hands and did nothing. This guy is currently holding a javelin of lightning that the other guy, like, died and he grabbed that energy. So I don't know who you're more worried about. Probably the sloth, right?
No, it's right. Okay, hopefully Karina's going to be fine then if I... I'm sure... I'll dash over to this guy and give him a swing with my bonus action.